Welcome everyone, and here we have the third match of the Nation Cup, the grand final between France and Team United Kingdom. And for this match, both teams are 1-1, and we are going to look at Shinbi on offlane play by Bondrewd for Team United Kingdom. This is interesting because Shinbi is not the usual offlaner you see. Usually we see more type of bruiser, but Bondrewd is one of the more proficient Shinbi, and you will see how you can impact the map and also how you need to be patient with that pick because your early game is quite weak. And so I thought it was like a good game to share a little bit of knowledge and maybe expand your hero pool like fellow offlaner. And for this third match, we are going to focus on Shinbi from Team UK, played by Bondrewd, and he's gonna play offlane. And that's an interesting matchup because Bondrewd is probably like one of the best Shinbi when it comes to the offlane matchup. So for all of those people that are actually interested to get like a little bit expanding their hero pool on the offlane, like Shinbi is an interesting hero because it can be very strong, but you have to understand perfectly your timing. There is some moment that you are weak, there is some moment that you are strong, and you need to like kind of play in a way that you limit those weak timing, that you don't let the opponent actually abuse those weak timing, but you need to abuse your own strong timing. And Bondrewd is pretty proficient at that. And also like that's a matchup of probably like it's a matchup between top mid offlaner in Europe, like Moros and Bondrewd are two very proficient offlaner, definitely in the top, and so that should be like a good match. We do have the Shinbi into Zarus. Zarus very strong at bullying early, Shinbi normally not so much, so that should be interesting to watch. Like we said, it's 1-1. Team France won the first game. Team UK managed to equalize immediately through like a very clean statement of like getting every single objective, and that's gonna be like here to see who is gonna pull ahead and who is gonna put like the enemy team their back against the wall, because it's a best of 5 in this grand final. And if you just like if you win that match, you take an option because then it's match point and you can run towards like looking towards the trophy, while the enemy team will have to win 2 games in a row to have any shot at like grabbing the trophy for themselves. So here, as you can see, like Bondrewd not even like stepping up. Every time that the spear is thrown, he's trying to trade with the line tempo, but he knows that the Zarus is actually like better, and so we try to not like really like step up too much. And as you can see, Moros get the level 2. Moros respect that. No, Bondrewd know that the spear is gone for like 8 seconds or probably like 10 seconds, something like that at level 1, and so he's like ready to step up a little bit more. He's checking if there is like the rampage, not the rampage but the Huang somewhere, and here he's just gonna like chill out. The early game of the Shinbi is actually like very weak compared to the Zarus, and so here he tried to use like the circle rhythm to get like a little bit of like being able to step up. If Moros fight inside the circle rhythm, actually like Bondrewd is gonna win because the amount of damage his ability does plus like the double shield it provides is actually very strong. But here he's gonna get pushed under tower, gonna try to get like the maximum amount of last hit he can while being under tower. He's gonna get the level 3, and here we're gonna rotate, check a little bit. We see that Panda is onto the blue buff, and so we're gonna secure it with the hunt. Bondrewd was just like staying around to maybe see if he can be a nuisance. He did lost like actually 2 creep from doing that, so that's actually like putting him even further behind. Minions are going to go under tower, so that probably like that could be like teal buff for the side of Moros, but actually like they're not going for it immediately. So here we look for a little bit of aggression, circle rhythm being used, line tempo. We have to be careful, we're starting to be kind of low onto mana, but import is coming, and here we're forcing like the thing, try to go import, just going for like the teal buff. And this is where like I would have loved like Puzzle Panda and Moros to get the teal buff earlier, but because now it allowed like actually import to rotate through the map and be present here. Bondrewd still staying at distance. Puzzle Panda has been spent like his first 4 minutes of the game like around that offlane, and so far not finding like any success besides like this blue buff steal. Here we have Bondrewd forced to use like his last amount of mana to fully like disengage. So it's how the matchup is supposed to happen in the early stage. The Shinbi is gonna get like dominated. What is important is that you don't fall too far behind in terms of CS, and of course that you don't get killed. As you can see here with 32 CS at 18, but it's not a big deal to fall behind as a Shinbi because you're gonna get like some good timing later on. What is important is you not fall too far behind. So here we finish the chaotic core. I think if I remember correctly, what Bondrewd loves to do is to go Oathkeeper in that matchup first. The idea is probably to get like some good damage, but it's not so much about the damage, it's about getting like enough health to be able to survive potential gank. Because once again, like you get a very strong power spike if you go Mega Cons first on Shinbi, but at the same time, you're still like very squishy and easy to gank. And what's important with Shinbi, I don't think is that much that first item power spike. I think it's more like that 2 item power spike that suddenly like people can't contest you. And so it's probably better to use your first item as like a way to guarantee that you're gonna get to your second item power spike. And I guess that's the reason why we're building a little bit of health overall. And that's why Bondrewd is going for the Oathkeeper first item. So here we do have a bounce back of the lane, so probably at some point we will need to find like a crash, but since Puzzle Panda is on the other way of the map because they just secured a kill onto the dual lane, it's not like available. And here you can see like Bondrewd knows that he can go like for those little trades, but still it's a lot of damage. But at the same time, if they're both getting very low, like here, like why did Bondrewd did all this trade? Like he still lost the trade a little bit, as you can see. But here he go for the aggression, you can see. And why he goes for that? Like even though like overall in terms of like actual trading, when the fight is finished, like he actually lost like a little bit more health than Morose. It's still like pretty even, but he lost also a lot more mana because he want to crash that wave. And if this wave is that big, that means that Morose with that HP can't freeze it at all. So that means the wave is gonna get crashed because he go for the trade, while himself is gonna like reset. And now he forced Morose to either stay when the wave is going like to bounce back, or either reset because he took a lot of damage. So Bondrewd knew that his whole health bar was a resource to be expanded, and that's why like he goes in on that timing. While Moro's health bar, as you can see now, Moros is forced to go back to base on the timing that the wave was supposed like to bounce back. And so now that means that Bondrewd is not gonna lose, like he makes Moros lose a little bit of farm while he himself is gonna be in a perfect situation with the bounce back. And so this is where also, like, of course, we try to trade efficiently, but at the same time, if you know this type of timing, sometimes, like, even trading inefficiently can actually be valuable. And that's exactly what Bondrewd has shown us here on that play. Here we do have Panda that is around. Bondrewd doesn't take, like, any risk. He immediately, like, rushing beat away. And here we see that the rampage is coming, so Bondrewd is going to go for the aggression, dealing a little bit of damage with the line tempo, and he's gonna secure the kill buff for import. We do get a tether, a lot of damage, but here with import being around, they should be able like to crash the wave again if they want to. Morse can try to freeze here in that situation since Panda is around. And since import didn't want to lose tempo, but import doesn't really care about like crashing here because like import wanted to get the mini farm. So if like Team Friends actually like spend time on freezing, that means that Morose is not gonna step up. So here they kind of like show that we have like mid prio, we have jungle prio, we have offlane prio. So you can freeze, we're gonna get like the mini prime, and now we offer the mini prime to Bondrewd, so he can like gets faster to like his spike of actually like being able to fight back, because for now he can't really like fight back. And here you can see like this whole mini prime situation actually like allow like Morose to go for like kind of like a little freeze. It's not a perfect freeze. Now we're gonna get like a bounce back with the next wave, but it's still like something that now with the mini prime we will be able to probably like start to overcome and start like to change a little bit of tendency. And to be fair, like overall we had 42 CS to 64, so we're 22 CS down, but at some point once again, with Shinbi, you're not really looking at actually like dominating the early game. You're just trying to survive the early game until you can like switch the tendency. So here we use a little bit of potion. We're gonna get like a little bit of warding going, or maybe an invade on the 5 camp. I guess we just get information on where is the enemy jungler to know if we can actually like be aggressive with the future waves. We dodge the barricade with the rushing bit, and here the idea is just like we try to poke as much as we can. Once again, this whole kill is not about like killing the Zars. It's mainly like about keep applying the pressure on, so it doesn't feel comfortable, and at some point we can probably like go for the kill, or like having like a timing that he will be forced back to base, and then suddenly we can actually get the tower. So here we're not gonna overstay our welcome. The point was on the other side, but we're starting to get like very low on mana. We do get the crash, but actually we're gonna stay like one more wave. I guess it's because we want to finish the Housekeeper, and while we were backing we realized that we were lacking a little bit on the gold department. And now we're gonna get like the teal buff as well. While Morris is looking for clearing the wave. Gonna go for the reset. He has his crest up. Bondrewd seeing that Morris has gone back to base and it's not the cannon wave. Gonna go for like the crash of one more wave, so that's gonna be him having like the better back overall. But Morris secure like already his crest, so that's something that we need to be careful, and Mini Prime is gone. But thanks to this Mini Prime, 84 CS to 88, so we actually catch up quite nicely on the side of the Shinbi, and Housekeeper has been finished now. So Housekeeper into the augmentation, we can start to like get like some very good short trade, and also like it's gonna be very complicated to actually like kill the Shinbi now. And here we can see, since there was like the Fengtus being played, Bondrewd come to the mid lane to cover like any push attempt and be around if it needed to rotate. We do have Moros that rotated as well, and both like offlaner meeting into the mid lane. And now they're gonna like, since the team friends getting like the advantage when it comes to the fight around the Fengtus, but Team UK did get the Fengtus. They're gonna like collapse on mid, and Bondrewd is forced to flash away. But he's here to try to help defending this tower, and that's probably going to be a whole team fight to be able to secure after this aggression. So we're going to dash back, trying to come back to the offlane side, since Morris has gone for the rotation as well. I'm just going to lose too many creeps. It's a bit unfortunate that we have gone for the back. As we can see here, we get the crest available, so could maybe like have gone for one more line tempo on the wave on me to get like this this crest. Could have been like probably slightly better, especially if we're opting for obelisk. If we're opting for obelisk, that actually like the fact that we didn't go back is actually like pretty problematic overall, because we're losing like many stacks. So here we're not even looking at crashing, we're just like going to go for a reset. This early reset kind of tells me that probably we want this crest to be able to fight. And yeah, we wanted to have the obelisk, so here, as we have seen, we have lost a full minute of obelisk, which could have been already like 3 stacks. And so it's a little bit unfortunate, and so when you're going for the obelisk, you need to be very wary of like when you finish it and try like to maximize your back as soon as it's finished. Because it's very important to try to get like those stacks going on as early as you can, because then suddenly you get like a lot of more damage and you can very hard to contest. So we also get the Scalding Scepter from that bag, so I guess we're working toward Caustika's second item. I guess the idea of Caustika's second item is to be able to secure like some mana regen, more than the penetration. So here we try to get as much damage as we can onto Moros, but it's not gonna be enough. Good fight by Moros with the rotation of Puzzle Panda. And that's gonna be like the first death of that Shinbi on this side of the map. And so they're gonna try to take advantage of that to crash the wave. We see that Import is around. He was maybe looking at something here, but Moros doesn't overstay. Just gonna get the chill buff. They don't look at that tower. And so more Import is just gonna secure the farm, because this farm cannot be catched by Bondrewd. So as a jungler, that's always like a good thing if you can catch wave of your lanes. If your laner are not in a situation that they can actually like catch that farm. Don't steal the farm of your laners if your laners can catch the farm. But if they cannot, feel free to do so. So like I said, I don't think Caustica is really like for the pen here, because as we can see, we don't get like that much magical armor yet on Moros. We get like the 25 armor, but probably gonna get like around 30 armor, plus like the base armor, it's 50 armor, so 40% of like penetration is like 20 penetration, which is like not insanely good, but I think it's like to be able to get like much more mana sustain, because like Shinbi has some mana sustain issue in the offlane. And so here we do secure the mini prime, but then because of the rotation of easy peasy, we're just gonna like accept that we're gonna secure the mini prime. So once again, Team France securing a kill after Team UK get an objective, but in a sense, it's only securing a kill for an objective, which is like to the benefit of Team UK. At least because like the enemy team kind of show up, like no, they see that we can't get, and here we can see like Moros was looking to be sneaky, probably with the plant, but Bondrewd don't really like grab the bait. He got his back cancelled though, so that means he's forced to stay if you don't want to lose too many minions. And you see, like, little things. Bondrewd checking the fog wall here to see if maybe, like, the Quang was around, or if someone was around to maybe, like, defend against a dive. And that's good habit to have, because it's not like he was losing any creeps by doing that movement, because he had nothing to do until the wave crashed on the tower. So he take advantage of that little timing to actually, like, watch, and now he has perfect information, so it makes it easier to play for him. And here is crashing back the wave. Gonna go for the reset. I think we're still like a little bit short for Caustica, so it's just gonna be like a scepter back. Team France securing the Fangtus on the other side of the map, thanks to the rotation from Moros. As we have seen, Moros was on the Fangtus. And so that's like also one of the things that you have to play when you're playing a Shinbi, is that your rotation are probably like a little bit weaker for the first 15 minutes of the match. But your split push gets very, very strong. So then in the future, if the enemy offlaner is rotating, that means they're probably gonna lose some towers. Also, like Housekeeper, increase your damage, and I think it increases your damage also against tower. I need to check that to confirm, but that means that it also like affect like the split push build. So getting the level 11 for the ultimate level 2 will probably like allow maybe like some all-in to start to appear for this side of Shinbi, but so far we keep like the scaling up. We do have import that is here. We're gonna look for the rock. We got the dodge. Moros dodging both the rock and the line tempo. Very, very nice juke shoes on. But we're still like trying to apply some pressure here, maybe with that mini prime. But we do have Puzzle Panda that is here like to defend, so that forces like the BMOs. And here Puzzle Panda taking like so much damage, is gonna be dead. Moros try to go in here onto Bondrewd. Bondrewd forced to flash away, but then we do have Moros that is inside like the minion wave. Minion wave is a bit too big. It's gonna get flashed on by import, and that's gonna be the kill. So Puzzle Panda here a little bit too eager. Need to respect the fact that the Rampage has the BMOs, and so in the end it's gonna be like probably like a double kill plus a tower for this offlane, and this Shinbi is now completely online, very, very well into the game. As we can see, Morris is at 153 to 160, so completely caught up like the old deficit she had in the early game. And this is why, like as Shinbi, you need to be patient. If you try to not be patient in the early game, suddenly you're gonna die, and then like the enemy offlaner is gonna snowball on you, and then you cannot play the game. But if you're patient, then there will be like a moment you will start to get like more farm because you're farming faster than like a bruiser offlaner, and then you're gonna get like your timing, you play well, and at some point you're gonna catch up on CS and even go ahead of the enemy guy's CS. So we go for a chaotic core again. I wonder which item we're building with that one. Easy peasy finding a kill onto G-Boy in the mid lane. Bondrewd not overstepping his boundaries in a sense. Doesn't really have like great potential to invade the jungle as a Shinbi. Here is just gonna cover like over around mid lane in case it is needed. We can see that we have a rotation of important stuff, and here we do have Manq that is going to get found. We try to go like out. Bondrewd took a lot of damage, but the phase is already done because he was hovering around. Moros is still like into the offlane, and that simple positioning allow for Bondrewd to secure a kill, and that's gonna be also like the team fight making like much easier because thanks to the fact that we kill also the phase, suddenly the Sparrow was out of position and they got like a double kill for the side of Team UK. So good rotation. If you have nothing to take into your offlane, probably you can look for some rotation. And here, Bondrewd wasn't like rotating in the expectative that is going to be like a successful fight. He just like rotate initially because he has nothing to do. So he go for those rotation in case it can like be useful and something can happen out of it because he has nothing else to do. And that's something that can be interesting to do as an offlaner because I guess Bondrewd wanted like the tower to die, but tower didn't die. And like I was saying, as an offlaner, sometimes you don't have stuff to do because you can't step up in the lane. Because as soon as you step up after tier 1 tower, it's very easy to gank. There is a lot of entry. You're kind of stuck into the enemy territory. So if you don't have your teal buff neither, you probably like just look at going into the jungle because you gather information. And if something happened on the other side of the map, you're already like a few steps ahead to go for the rotation. So here Fengtus is going to respawn, so that's why like Bondrewd go for the rotation. So apparently like the plan is to fight for that Fengtus on the side of Team UK. They're not looking for the split push Shinbi to get the tier 2 tower. Here they push a little bit. Was creating a little bit of pressure. We go for the double dash over the river to take advantage of the verticality here. Here we're going to go to Puzzle Panda, a lot of damage being dealt. And here we just like try to get like the 1v1 and Bondrewd just like, and that's the moment like Shinbi level 13 at 22 minutes in, she can probably like 1v1 anyone in the match. And so here she do find like the Quang that is trying like to fight with her, but it's not gonna happen, and she let the rest of her team like fight the 4v4. Bondrewd securing like the kill onto the enemy tank, enemy front line, and then like secure also the tier 1 tower in mid while his team is doing the Fengtus, and now he's gonna keep like the farm going with the reset here to be able to just like keep the tempo up. And that's exactly what you should be looking as the Shinbi is if the enemy team offers you some 1v1, you just take them, because at that moment in the match you're just like so much stronger than every single other character in the 1v1 scenario. And so that's something also like Team France needs to realize is like Shinbi is not someone you can deal 1v1 with, especially since he has the obelisk that is stacking and that offer like a lot of damage in those 1v1 scenarios. Dreambiter is finished as the third item. So for those that don't know, Dreambiter is an item that offers you a lot of magical power and health, so kind of like the bruiser type of Shinbi, but also some slow, 25% of slow on the abilities, which on Shinbi is pretty good because none of her abilities actually slow, but they all deal damage. And so that means that now every single ability of Shinbi have like an additional slow that is applied, which can make it like easier to chase, can also make it easier to like disengage, can be a little bit more reasons to like have a slight like healing effect. Definitely in terms of damage, it's not the best item, but in terms of survivability and annoyance, it's definitely like something that can be interesting to play with. And here once again, as you see, he can't really like push one more wave because it's very deep. So what does Bondrewd does? He just enter the jungle, check a little bit of information, and then disengage for the teal buff so he doesn't expose himself for now. Until like we're in moments that team like start to play like for objective, rotating hard and stuff, like going for this tier 2 tower is actually like pretty risky, and Bondrewd don't want to risk it at all because overall his team is doing good in terms of objective situation. As you can see here, Neft, Panda, Manq, they're all around here. Mini Prime has respawned, while All Prime is up, and so we can see that Team France is like looking at an opportunity being around, and so Bondrewd just like plays slow until his team is around. If his team is not around, like why do I have to risk like a 1v4 when there is nothing to like, I don't need to make the hero play basically. So kind of a slow rhythm so far. Here we catch a little bit of information. As you see, I was in lane, I get the lane, suddenly I'm gonna go back to the jungle, brought some info from my team, trying to find an entry, and here we find a little entry, and here that's gonna be a kill on easy peasy because we get the all kill in any case. Boros is trying to go onto Bondrewd. Bondrewd is forced to flash away while the rest of the fight is actually like going on. Juliatin actually took a lot of damage, G-Boy is dead, Import is dead. So the rest of Team France like doing a very good job of this counter engage and securing like a 3 for 3. But here we do have like in the end it's such a deadly fight, and in the end it's a 4 for 3 for the side of Team France. So once again, Bondrewd in team fight as a Shinbi, you're looking for your entry to find some isolated 1v1. He does find one, get the kill onto the gadget that was already kind of low by his teammate, then get chased by the Zarus. Not really fight now that all kill, obelisk, everything is done. So he just forced like to disengage and leave to fight another day in a sense. So double potent staff being bought on this back, so probably we're working towards the Oblivion Crown as the first item. And once again, like the idea is really like we try to one-shot someone. Obelisk, Oblivion Crown, Oathkeeper with all kill, like the ultimate. We try to one-shot someone, and that's basically all we do. While we're waiting to one-shot someone, we just poke with the line tempo at distance. And that's kind of the playing pattern of Shinbi. Now we're level 16, all kill level 3, that means that we have like a big power spike into one-shotting squishes. This dual lane needs to be careful because like Shinbi can, if she find like a good entry on them, can actually like kill them. We do have Penguin that is around. Okay, we're looking at maybe getting the slow from the line tempo, and here we do get Import arriving, so we were chasing that very much, and poof! That onboard auto attack means that this phase just disappeared, and that's the strength of Obelisk. So we get like the stun. Bondrewd is looking for maybe like some aggression, trying to get into the flank, but we do get Moros arriving. We don't have any flash. Tesla don't secure on top of that, and that's gonna be the death of Bondrewd. Team France finding like another pickup here very well on this situation. They're looking like for the chase. We get Import, we get some stun, we dodge as much, we get the rock. We're gonna still looking. We do have Julie Latina arriving from behind, trying to get like some kill, like Neft with the Hail of Arrow, and now we're gonna get the security get on Import. Import 1 HP, jumping, flashing away, still like alive. Penguin 1 HP as well. We try to get for the spear doesn't connect. Neft going through the portal, dodging the rock, 1 HP, but no, Julie Latina is enough to be able to secure the kill. And easy peasy, Moros and Puzzle Panda are all looking for the disengage because Julie Latina is still like pretty healthy, and oh boy, that could have gone like either way very, very, very quickly. So we're just gonna go for the simple reset here. I guess everyone like had a little bit too much of excitement from that engagement. Oblivion Crown is finished, so these Shinbi start to look like very, very scary at 4 item. We do have the Sparrow on the other side for Nev that is already like at 4 item as well, but otherwise, and also like G-Boy. So we're starting on the carry people to reach like that 4 item mark. We're gonna look for the all prime here on the respawn, and as we can see, like Team Friends still have like 2 people dead because like they managed like to get respawn timer. Actually, Easy Peasy died like much later than the rest, so that's gonna be an all prime on 5 people for the side of Team UK. And that all prime gonna actually like can be converted into the Primal Sanctus. And so here you can see Team UK, they're going like now for the split pushing. We have like 4 people that are going to group around the Primal, and they're probably gonna play slow, while Bondrewd is looking probably like for the split push here on this left side to maybe secure a tier 2 tower thanks to this, because they can't send only one person into the Shinbi, because Shinbi win every single 1v1. And so Bondrewd is gonna like apply pressure, and the side of Team UK around the Primal Sanctus is just like to not really offer a fight, so that Shinbi is gonna apply pressure. Once the Shinbi apply pressure, then she can probably like force someone back to defend the inhibitor, and then she can look at maybe like trying to fight like here. You can see Shinbi 2 level up of Moros. Moros need to be careful. You can see like the amount of burst that she just like deal to Moros. Moros is almost dead here. So unfortunately for the next 30 seconds, like the all kill not killing is actually a big deal, because that means that no Moros can come back with full HP, and it's gonna be good. But here we can see like Neft is forced to be back, and they still secure the inhibitor, and that's the strength of like Shinbi offlane. Here I feel like we overstay our welcome a little bit on the side of like Bondrewd. After you get the inhibitor, you should disengage immediately, because you did your job of like bringing 2 people towards you, getting the inhibitor, and also that means that was a Primal Sanctus for your team on the other side of the map. And once I get Primal Sanctus, then suddenly you can keep applying the pressure with this Primal buff, because now you can win a 1v2 with that Primal buff. But here, good counter engage by the side of Team France, realizing that Bondrewd's overstepping is welcome, and just like punishing him, and so now that kind of slow down the play. So apparently like Bondrewd saying that in chat that unfortunately for him, Neft icon didn't show, and so he didn't realize that Neft was around, so that's why he was like going aggressive again after the inhibitor was dead, and he didn't realize he was in a 1v2 situation. But overall, now that we have secured the inhibitor on the other side, you can see Shinbi respawn. She's split pushing side lanes. She doesn't have primal, she doesn't have all prime, while his teammates like all have like that. They're looking like some aggression here. Moros get picked up, so that's already like 1 kill. Shinbi is actually like rotating here to help with his teammate. She doesn't have the strength of all prime for the split push, and so they're looking at maybe catching like a little bit more. A very nice stun onto Manchu. The flash auto attack from Obelisk, but Manchu is fast enough to react and flash away as well. And so unfortunately, like, no kill for the Shinbi, but if that auto attack would have connected, like probably that phase would have just like go poof. Like 6 level differences between the phase and the Shinbi. Diffuse Arcane is like worked on, so probably like we're looking at the rest lagging last item. And here, since we get like the kill on tomorrow's, we can afford to spend like the Shinbi on the split push, because it's still a 4v4 in the mid lane, and we're gonna like start applying pressure on 2 different lanes at the same time. Shinbi level 18, max level, every single ability maxed out, and here like they have to sync up like 2 different lanes on the side of Team France, will also a 3rd lane, because the inhibitor has been secured by Bondrewd earlier on. So that means that now they also have to defend against like those super minions. I don't know what happened to the camera, like loving to go inside the wall. And here we're just like looking at a little bit of poke. Of course we're gonna catch like the next minion wave. We want to keep like applying pressure by pouring minion under inhibitor. And at some time maybe like the defense of Team France will start to crumble. Oh, Puzzle Panda taking like a lot of damage, but forced to dash away. Our prime buff seems to be gone, and so like there is like not much to be found. Here Team UK is still like looking for some aggression. While taking a lot of damage, and we're gonna like finally like step up inside, but now we're gonna get like Neff that starts to go for the shotgun. A lot of damage, it's full on disengaged by the side of Team UK. They're gonna secure G-Boy. G-Boy is being killed, and we try to go out with the BMOs. We force a flash away from Julie Latina. Team UK may be overstepping a little bit their boundaries here. And here they're just getting chased. Panda is gonna look for the tether. We dodge the hook. Maybe get the tether onto Penguin, but Penguin good rocket boots to dodge that tether, and that's probably gonna be the end of fighting Android. But Bondrewd actually looking for something, finding Easy Peasy in the backline, gonna fully explode Easy Peasy, but at the cost of his own life, and suddenly it's gonna be like a little bit tough. Import was saying to maybe like look for something and get something else, and now we're gonna get also Penguin getting picked up here. And in the end, yeah, we do get like the pick on Easy Peasy, but that's what cost. We lose the Shinbi, we lose the Decker, G-Boy was already dead, and so it's a 3-for-1, and now we have friends like actually like applying a lot of pressure, and in the end, we started to try to get that inhibitor on the side of Team France, but when all the dust settles, in the end, it's Team UK that lose their own inhibitor. So when you're past 30 minutes, be careful of not overstaying your welcome, because things can shift around very, very quickly. So now we're 17-16. Of course, Team UK still having the triple Fangtus, having the better objective control as we have seen in the previous matches, but we kind of equalize on the inhibitor side, and the side of Team France still has a Sparrow that is killing pretty hard. So that's something that can be scary. So here, Primal Fangtus is going to respawn, our Prime is up, so double buff is available on the map. We also have Team France inhibitor that has a respawn. So overall here, Team France is slightly better off when it comes to the map control, simply thanks to this like mid-wave, like pushing aggressively continuously, but it's mid-wave, so it's not like the most completed wave to actually like defend. And so here we can see Team UK playing a little bit slow for now, not looking to take priority because they don't have the advantage on the map. Here we have the Shinbi looking for a split push. Team France entering inside the pit, so Bondrewd looking at getting a little bit of damage, finding like an isolated 1v1 against Morose. They decide to not chase because he's turning back into the people inside the pit. Team France like securing like the all prime here. Morose coming back onto Shinbi. It's gonna be like very close. Bondrewd survive, killing like Morose a 1v1. And here it's a 2v2 against people in the pit. It's a 3v2. Bondrewd is going to come back. Man-Q plus Neff like here looking for this fight. Dodging abilities. It's a pretty scary. Man-Q going a little bit too aggressive here. So Neff is alone in the 3v1 inside the pit. He can't get out. It's a Sparrow. He doesn't have any escape. It's gonna be like very tough. Juliatia finally stepping up, missing one auto. The damage is done. We find the kill. And finally, G-Boy getting the shutdown on Neff that almost like felt like he was going to clear everything up. So that was like pretty rough fight. In the end, Team France securing the all prime, I think, but getting like fully wiped up afterward. And yeah, I have to agree, Man-Q. Like here, you just have to play slow with the regen and stuff. Never have to overstep, and then you probably like be able to clean up everything. Here you go a little bit too aggressive with the phase. That is very squishy, and you end up dying. So here we do have G-Boy, so we have 5 seconds onto Easy Peasy. If G-Boy is actually able to secure that objective, we see Easy Peasy is coming, but no, G-Boy is not gonna risk it, and it's just gonna reset. So now only Primal Fangtus is available on the map. So probably like team are going to look at that. Still like in the end, not really much has happened for this whole fight because like both team kind of almost like wiped each other. and they don't get anything on the map out of it. So now we're back again at doing like the dance of the objective. As we can see, like everyone is working towards the Primal Functus. Once again, wrestling is finished. We have like the full build. We're like, as a Shinbi, you're kind of looking for like the potential 1v1 in team fight, and your job is to assassinate one target, and then you probably like disengage from the fight and look to apply pressure on the map. Here you can see Bondrewd not really like going like too up, because he knows that the Coliseum is very dangerous for him. He's still like kind of bruisery, but it's only like 2 health item, and so like he's still like now very squishy at the 39 minutes in, and he's looking at potentially, ooh, he almost catch Neff on that rotation, but as soon as Neff is a little bit too far away, it's gonna be like a simple disengage with a double dash immediately. And here we're looking at the speed push onto, I think, what is the fake inhibitor, trying to force like people to rotate towards here. And here you can see this single presence of Bondrewd like pulled 4 members of Team France there, while the rest of the Team UK is actually like starting the Primal Functus. So very well played here by the side of Shinbi. Like this simple like line tempo pushing one way actually makes Team France like super late for that rotation on the Primal Functus, and here it's gonna secure the Primal Functus for Team UK. And that situation is whole on this Shinbi, showing presence on the opposite side lane on the fake inhibitor lane, and Team France overreacting to that. So here we go once again for the 4-1 split. Bondrewd staying safe. Primal Functus is good to win like fights, but it's not good at actually like pushing tower because we don't have the minion buff. So here we do have like to be patient in a sense. We do have import, so we decided to opt for a 1-3-1 split now to try to get also like some pressure on the fake inhibitor. Easy peasy is here to defend that part. So here, if we don't connect with the line tempo, there is not much we can do to actually like grasp, because the gadget is very good at clearing those minion wave. And so Team UK being patient, looking for their entry, looking for the misstep of Team France. Oh, and the flash by Bondrewd. We do get the security gate on their tower. And now we're gonna get like the all kill, but unfortunately there was like only like 2 stack onto easy peasy, so it's not good enough to get for the kill. And now we're gonna get like the dive in by Panda, but Panda, ooh, actually we get the shield. Bondrewd getting very, very low, and Bondrewd winning the fight here. And that's a little bit unfortunate for Team France, because they were defending very, very, very well, but with Panda being dead, that means that they finally secured a kill onto the mid inhibitor, and now they get like dove on. Easy peasy still alive. We keep everyone alive, but already like the ultimate from the Sparrow has been expanded while not finding a single kill. So that's gonna be like a tough defense to be found here. But it seemed on the side of Team UK, we're gonna look at the fake inhibitor, and they're gonna secure the fake inhibitor as well. And so like here, once again, Bondrewd opening the match for Team UK. Like Bondrewd, with this simple rotation, forcing an overreaction of Team France, actually like secured the Primal Functus for his team. And here, simply winning against like easy peasy, trying like to get this kill, kind of baiting in the end Puzzle Panda of going in and finally managing to survive here. It's what actually like open up the base of Team France. And so like Bondrewd, even though it's only on the 7-5 scoreline, is actually like a big reason of why Team UK is actually managing to get like some opportunity to open up the map. Quang nerf diff? Yeah, it could be here. Like the shield is not as strong. But yeah, Bondrewd level 18 while Quang was level 17 as well. Could have gotten like also like the impact is also like not full build. But yeah, it was very, very, very close. So we do get the prime buff. So we're gonna keep applying pressure. We have a 1-1-3 split here for the side of Team UK. Only one inhibitor remain. It's gonna be a very, very tough defense to pull out for Team France. Our prime on everyone. All inhibitors are going to be down. Like, there is no shot they actually defend the last inhibitor. So they have to defend under the core. To be fair, Sparrow in those like open area fight can be like actually like very, very strong. So it's still like, even though like here it's like, it's really UK game to lose, it's not like the most simple game to actually finish. So in the meantime, we're maybe looking at the fight on the other side. We're still trying to defend like that inhibitor, but now we have to be careful because Bondrewd is arriving with minion wave. Easy peasy is going to fully heal. So far, like Team France, like still have the inhibitor defended, like still doesn't take like that much core damage, still have every single member up, still didn't like overspend like any ultimate, so Team France doing like their best job to actually like defend that situation. Finally, the inhibitor end up falling. We're looking still for a rock. Get some poke onto Puzzle Panda. We're trying to get the root off from the energy lens. So I guess like here we're gonna clear like all the minion wave. Here, as you can see, we don't fully clear the minion wave in mid. We try to stack like all 3 waves. Very well played by Team UK. As soon as the minion wave arrive, we try like to push everything all together. We're maybe looking like for the timing with like all the minion. Finally, we go in with the wombo combo in the backline by Penguin. Finally finding someone. And now we try to counter engage here. We do get a lot of damage on G-Boy. Penguin is 1 HP. We do find G-Boy. Penguin also. We're gonna find like maybe like another one. Bondrewd is like 1 HP. In the end, like, it was actually enough, and here Team UK finally secured the objective despite like this wonderful engage by Penguin. They didn't find only like a single kill on Easy Peasy, and Team France almost defending despite that very nice 3-wave setup. But in the end, UK managed to secure it, and if here like Team UK get fully wiped out with the 70-second timer, it could actually like be Team France like win. So even though like Team UK dominated a whole lot, like Team France a very, very strong defense in the end, but not good enough, and UK pulling ahead 2-1 in that best of 5, which means that no, Team France they're back against the wall. They can't afford to lose a single game, otherwise they're out of the tournament.